Okay, I could do this. I could do this. Yes. Well, how close? Like, do you want to hear before I was directing the like, I directed commercials. These commercials, they happen all the time because there's nothing else but cars to put out there at the time. You know, it was car commercial, car commercial, car commercial. But the secret, I'll tell you what the secret is. On any shoot, they give you 6 cars. The trick is, I hate car commercials. So what we do is we get to take the bullshit, can I say the bullshit? We take the bullshit take in one shot, and then the other 5 cars, we blow them up. So, and then I move on. It was the war, and what do you want to know? I mean, everybody did what they could do. So we started to make blue movies, we called them at the time, with the soldiers, and the equipment from the soldier training videos. And this is where I meet the general. You know, I meet the general. That's how it started. That's where we fall in love. Well, you have to understand, at the time nobody married because they were interested in anyone. The only way, if the war is over, for us to maintain relationship is for me to marry your daughter. At the time, I got my first real big job because I knew this girl with the quotes, because the girl was born a boy. Later on, he was in a James Bond movie. He was a Bond girl. She had the right connections, and then I had all this blackmail on film. It was at this time that I even, you know, I met my new love of my life, and he was married as well. Everyone was married. Jack was the most charismatic, most interesting, easygoing, wildly transformable man that you could have in front of you, you know. He was in all of them. He was in Fallen. He was in There Goes the Daisy, Buttercups Only Taste Good on You. He was in what some people say my best work. I don't know. I think all of my work is my best work, but they say he, you know, that Jack in She's Silent is probably brilliant. Jack disappeared. 3 weeks into his being gone, my bride's father appears, you know, drunk, angry, pissed off. He wants to talk to me, and I was sitting there and I was upset about Jack, and I could see it in his eyes, and there's tears falling into his lapels in anger. I knew it. I knew he'd kill him. Right there, I knew that he was to blame, and that there was nothing I could do. So after all that happened, and I was so upset about Jack, I walked out of there, and I said I will get back at him, and I found a reason to actually get into the films, make another film, and get back at him. And so I make this film. At the time it was called Officer's Quarters. But there was like 9 other working titles before this. There was Gentlemen's. That was before they were the officer. There was I don't remember. Basically, I was upset about Jack, so I went back to my original style of making the movies, you know. I put people there that I knew. I put it, you know, I casted my wife in this film, and you know, she knew what I was doing, and that was, I was exposing her father. Basically, when her father found, you know, heard what we were doing with the film, he drowned himself in our pool, and I cleaned it up, you know, go swimming the next day, and the press, they make a story, and no one tells the truth. But the real truth is, if you watch Officer's Quarters, the art is actually the truth, and the truth is actually a lie. I don't know, after this, I tried, you know, to make another movie. I make some fun movies, some stupid, you know, science fiction, fluff movie, and some children, you know, tiny stories, and I even tried my hand at dancing for a while, but nothing made better. This is very funny, because what you don't know about this is that's me in this movie. That's me in the film. I never want to be in the films or the pictures, and even if you look at the credit of the film, it does not say Luca Bogdonavich, but we have a huge fight with this producer, and he said to me, I never want to see your fucking face again, so I put myself in the movie. Okay, here, this was, look at Jack. Look at this hair, you could, it was very hard because we were so close, and the general started to notice, and Jack had lots of angry scenes in the film, and one time he let go. Hit her so hard. It was supposed to be a screen, smack, but that was real there. He hit her. It's very nice to see this all again. And I can feel like yesterday. I can feel like it was yesterday. And this movie is closed. This movie's finished. And he will always be beautiful, and it will always be perfect.